There are two ways to get wisdom. You can either go through it or you can learn from other people's experiences. Sometimes it takes a fool to become a wise man or woman. And to be honest with you, T.I. and Boosie has gotten very lucky in life. Yes, they do have skill when it comes to their music artistry, but so does a lot of people, thousands and millions of people. Those two got lucky at the end of the day. And luck favors the prepared, right? But here's the thing though. Those two had made foolish mistakes and both went to prison. Boosie, he went in there for 5 years straight, I want to say, and T.I. did a combined of close to 2 years, if not 2 years. I think he did a stint for a year and a day, and then another for about 11 months, or was it a year and a month? Something along those lines. But either way, close to 2 years, 5 years, they both went to prison, and they don't want their sons to go down the same path. Now, when it comes to King Harris, the boy that looks like a clown, he's already been in jail, and he has spoken up to how he's surprised how his dad was able to do, 2 years because he could barely do 2 days. And let's be real here. The way King keeps asking and keep acting, he's going to be somebody, a woman, in that prison cell eventually if he keeps going down that path, because his dad and his family money won't be able to save him all the time. It only can buy him so much fear for so long. So you see his dad come into play and try to help set him straight, and so does Boosie. Because let's be real here, Boosie, son, Tootie, has been out in the streets squalling too. So much so, if it wasn't for Tootie, we wouldn't have Charleston Wright. Because Charleston Wright became famous for pretty much telling Boosie about his son and how he's going to be into a prison system eventually himself. So, let's hear what T.I. had to say about prison.
Well, check this out. The thing about it, right?
Right.
Every hour before the last hour seems like you got all the time in the world. That shit don't really kick in until it's like the last hour. Damn, we got to go now?
Right.
And, but...
That last hour.
That's the real.
That's the real 60 minutes.
You don't feel it the day before, the week before. It's like, yeah, I got plenty of time. Yeah, man, come on,
right.
Man. Let's play a game of Scrabble. But the last hour.
Oh my God.
That's when it's like shit. So like it's I won't say easy, but it's not as challenging presenting yourself with so much poise the week before, the day before.
Right.
Or, if you talk to me in that last hour.
Stuff got real.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why a motherfucker didn't talk to me in that last hour. You see what I'm saying? Nah, but I think that all that shit it contributed to the lesson.
Right.
It made the lesson greater. For me to sit here and be able to speak to others and talk to whether they my kids or just, kids that need some guidance.
Absolutely.
And I'm able to tell them, based on that experience, like that last hour, that's some shit that I'm going to always live with. And I'll be able to pass that down. You don't want to see that last hour.
No, bro. And I think...
then sometime it happen when you don't even get that last hour. Your ass get swept up off the streets and never come back. You see what I'm saying? I was fortunate.
You've been very fortunate, man, because like I said, you have definitely, had your...
And then even after that, though, check this
hiccups.
Out. After I got out from that time, I was so fortunate and doing so well.
He said doing so well.
I made a U-turn on Sunset Boulevard, went right back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, the shit got so good to me.
You went right back.
Man, listen, bro. Ain't nothing like celebrating coming home to a #1 movie.
Yes, sir.
#1 record, multi-million-dollar deals and all of that. And you just forgot everything you learned, for real.
Wow, that's deep, man.
It was deep. And you would think, as much as T.I. has try to be an example in improvement of life and, try to be this black excellence, black empowerment black entrepreneur, that his son would see the man that he is instead of the man that he was. But unfortunately, the man that he is, the same thing for Boosie is, the man that he is the man that he was. Because the men that they were, didn't raise good sons, if they even had any input at all. And now they're trying to go back after the fact. And you got to think about it. Your kids have your own DNA in there, right? So they're just as stubborn as you are and probably twice as stupid. And we see that in the case when it comes to King and Tootie.
All right, let's talk about Boosie Badass. Now, he recently did an interview and he was talking about being in jail and something that absolutely horrified him. Here's what he said.
I remember I was in Angola. I walked down on a riding from the back. I walked straight in at 6 in the morning, riding that. I say, man, I want to go home, man. My head up, nothing riding, man. Taking that bitch.
Oh, man.
Explain to the people because there's a lot of beliefs what he said.
Well, basically, when he was in jail, he walked into two men having intercourse with each other.
No, not just having intercourse from each other. He said a grown man was riding another grown man's D from the back. Listen, Boosie is clearly traumatized by that experience, and we live in this era where people like to throw the word phobic around a lot. I saw them saying that yesterday. Boosie's homophobic. Well, always remember, people fear what they don't understand. So if you think Boosie is homophobic, it's probably because he doesn't understand how a grown-ass man can ride another man's penis from the back. I didn't even know buttholes work like that.
He said, I didn't know about the coke can in the shower.
The what?
The what?
I guess you guys don't know about this either. The coke can in the shower?
The coke can what the hell is that?
I guess, you're not supposed to go in the shower at a certain time if there's a coke can.
Oh, like coke can is like a signal. It's like a signal.
Sign. I got you.
Ooh, but imagine if it was a Sprite or Pepsi, what would happen?
I don't know. I don't know what it is either, but I'm just guessing because I don't know about that. But people were actually going in on Boosie after that because they were saying, so that's what made you finally want to leave jail? Just seeing that, not all the everything else that goes on, not the...
What do you think people are scared of the most when they go to jail? What do you think? What do you think really terrifies you? The Boondocks did a whole episode about it.
Yes.
Okay? Like that's what they know. Yes. No.
No. No.
What are you talking about?
And let's be real here. A lot of men are afraid of that, right? I don't think Boosie necessarily is homophobic. I think he was more afraid that his manhood would get taken. So I know there's a lot of interviews of Boosie say he did a lot of stuff to make sure he was good. I'm not going to hash into all that. But you got TI who puts out there that last hour was just the hardest thing in my life. And then you have Boosie who's so traumatized by seeing another man together. And he knows his son is soft. His son is short, bright skinned, with a loud ass mouth. He's going to get taken. He's going to be somebody's girlfriend there real quick. T.I. really knows that about his son. And then when it comes to Tootie, I saw a video of him trying to do some push-ups. He could barely do those. A lot of these kids are fake gangsters because of their dads were gangsters, and it makes them entitled to what they think their dads had or were. But realistically, they couldn't live in that lifestyle if they didn't have their parents support in one way or another. Now, here's the thing. When they were sitting here talking to the kids.
Treat mine like you treat yours.
Why y'all got so much time, bro? Why y'all always gotta have guns?
What is it about the guns, man?
It's not illegal to have guns.
Well, in the manner in which you portraying in the lifestyle, this shit don't look legitimate, sir.
But I'm not supporting no more. I'm not.
Can't do it.
I'm not.
What kind of parent gonna support their kids and they'll goddamn slide,
Come on,
ride, popping?
I mean, do you blame them? Because the men that raised them acted just like them. It was just they were actually really about that life, supposedly. Compared to their kids, they have no idea what that life is like.
If you got a gun in your book, so motherfucker 12 pull up and they say, hey, who do you belong to? Who raised their hand? Somebody got to raise their hand.
I've been seeing him around too here a lot.
You gonna raise your own hand?
I've been seeing him around too like that.
Huh?
Well, when you got drugs, it ain't
I know that. When y'all got drugs around those legal guns, they call
it's not
possession of a firearm and commission of a crime, sir. That is a felony.
Yeah.
Thank you. This shit ain't, hey man, this shit ain't free. This shit coming out of college. I can't believe this shit, man. What happened to some motherfuckers? Why y'all don't make no motherfucking love music? You got girls right here. Why don't you talk about being in love, man? Why don't you talk about wanting to lay down and you know, we got that shit.
Hell, why won't they make some love music? I mean, they could really make some music that appeal to people who are in their age bracket. Because nobody's about that street stuff anymore. Most of us have mortgages and trying to pay our bills. So yeah, let's hear some love music from Boosie and TI. We don't want to hear crap for their sons. Their sons don't know nothing about love. Their sons have no experience about doing anything to a woman besides for treating them like hoes. Especially Boosie and his son. Boosie was paying women to be with his son since he was a kid, like an underage kid. But you know, everything they said in that video rang true, and it made this person, Charles and Wright.
You saw Tootie Raw got locked up. Yeah, I'm the one had the police lock him up. I sent a picture to the Department of Public Safety, the Texas State Trooper, and said, this little boy, and I sent that other picture, that other little Fraggle Rock little boy, and I said, y'all be on the lookout for these two boys. They gonna have guns and drugs in the midst of all the people they gonna be with. So they was on the lookout for Tootie. Yeah, his dad is a 6-time convicted murderer. They use his children to kill people. So they had their eyes wide open for that little black ass motherfucker. And he wasn't hard to spot in the crowd, because it ain't too many kids as black as him. Yeah. Especially if he was with that yellow boy. If he was with that yellow boy, they look like night and day. Yeah. Tootie just looked like nighttime back in Jesus them days when they didn't have no lights. They had to walk with a ladder. One of them things when it was pitch black dark. You remember like back in the days during the dark ages, that's what Tootie looked like. King looked like now, where everybody got lights. You know, there ain't too many places in the world where it ain't a street light. So they look like night and day. We gonna start calling that, both them, they need to make an album called Day and Night and Night and Day. Yeah, Daylight Savings Time. Yeah, they call it Daylight Savings Time, Night and Day.
Now, Charleston Wright is over here clowning and joking around, right? But, you know, everything he said in this video became true for the most part. And this is before he became famous. You know, the thing about Charleston White is he may talk a lot of crap. And people may consider him like a sellout or Uncle Tom. But he always puts knowledge on the people. And he's seen enough stuff to where you can call people off of who they are and what path they may go down. And it's one of those things that whenever he said this about his sons, about T.I. and Boosie's sons, they were upset about what he said, but it didn't reflect to see like, hey, this could be true, because look at how we live our lives. We went to prison. How can we make sure this doesn't happen to our sons? Instead, they defended their sons. It didn't seem they took any actions to try to help correct their behaviors, because everybody said they're wild. Is it Charleston White got viral for it?
Yeah, let the boy with the pink lips and the sun yellow skin, let him sing R&B on one album, and let that motherfucker let the other side of the album look like Jay-Z album when he had the black album. Tootie side just go be pitch black. No motherfucking me art on it, nothing, just pitch black, just like his daddy. And then on the side of the album, on the side of the CD, it's gonna be white. Cause they get that white stuff in their mouth. I'm sorry, their mouth right now. Yeah, his side gonna be black with just a little bit of white on the side. Yeah, I saw that little motherfucker went to jail, get out crying. Ooh, it was cold in there. I told y'all they make it cold. Sit your little ass down somewhere. Get your motherfucking ass out that window bothering us. We'll be in there when the judge come get you.
It's cold in there.
Yeah. And he come out there be crying. Nah, boy, man, them people don't know you to be fucking with you, nigga. You ain't your daddy. You think people know you like your daddy. Nigga, don't nobody know Tootie. Where the police see Tootie, say, hey, y'all, there go Tootie Raw. Man, them goddamn cracker white boys up there in the Capitol. Man, them people got terrorists to look for. They ain't looking for no little ugly ass little boy like you, nigga. Little long head. Yeah. Yeah. Little long head ass little boy. Ain't nobody, no motherfucking police, all the criminals and crooks they got to look for. They say, y'all, look, is that Tootie? Hey, wait till he get in the car. Soon as I get in the car, man, they pop me. No. You stupid fuck. You got their attention.
Boy, you a goddamn fool.
Boosie got a dumb little boy.
What is nigga crazy?
Nah, Dewberry Boosie got a dumb ass little boy. And they said that little boy graduated high school. He need counseling. Yeah, that little boy need counseling. He needs some therapy. He needs some emotional trauma-based therapy. Cause you can tell he's dealing with emotional trauma. I bet he been molested. Yeah, I bet Tootie been molested.
All right, well, I'm not gonna get into that whole entire him being potentially, N-word that Charleston said, because we do see or heard the interviews where Boosie did say he paid women to be with his son. If you want to count that as the N-word, then, that's on you. I don't know. But I will say this. When he was talking about how, I'm sorry, I can't form my thoughts when I'm a little tired. It's kind of late. But, wisdom comes from everywhere. And I'm just going to leave it at that. Like and subscribe, please. Here's the thing about TI and Boosie. I think it's too late for them to try to save their sons. I hate to say that, but sometimes you got to know, because they're both grown. They're both 21 and 20. So it gets to a point to where if you keep trying to save them, it may neglect your other kids that you have. Because I think Boosie has 5 other kids, and TI, well, I think all his kids are grown. Now I'm thinking about it. I know he had 3 by another woman that are grown, and I can't remember how many him and Tiny had. So who knows? I mean, if all his kids are grown, T.I., go ahead, keep trying to save your son. But with Boosie, on the other hand, he has 5 other kids to worry about. So it's kind of one of those things that you can try to guide them the best you can. You can tell them, like, son, you can learn from my mistakes. You see what I did. You see where it got me. It like had me lose 5 years of my life. I also stuff that traumatized me. I can never get out of my head. I don't want that for you. And it's up to the son, who is now a man, to listen to that. And if he continues to choose not to listen to that, sometimes you just got to let it go. You can only save somebody that wants to be saved. You can't save anybody that don't want to be saved. You're just going to sit there and waste your life trying to do that. So I like how they were talking to everybody, because let's be real here. All of them were young adults. They all look grown for the most part. I was in that parking lot whenever they were talking. But when it comes right down to it, you never know who listens and who could receive the message. So that message could have been intended for their sons, but anybody else there who may not have a man figure, a father figure, sit there and try to talk to them straight up and it's like honest, they could receive that message and use that to change their lives. So even though they may not have been able to save their sons in that instant, they may have saved somebody else indirectly, unintentionally, right? It happens a lot. Because let's be real here, in the black community, I hate to say this in a way, Boosie and TI are looked up to and considered as heroes a lot of the time. So if your hero is telling you, hey, y'all are doing some dumb stuff, even if they may not be directly saying it to you, you're doing that, you gotta be like, you know what? I need to change. I gotta do better. But anyways, I know I said I was going to get off here, but I have a habit of going over the time I said I'm going to, but it is getting late. If you guys like the video, comment, like, subscribe, share, take clips, whatever, I don't care. But I hope you guys have a great day, or night at this point. And bye.